Right guys, we've got a new project starting today. We've got a bath to take out, put a shower tray in, and we're wet wall paneling around here. But we've got a problem already, and all I've done is take the bath panel off. So quoted this job to obviously take this out, shower tray in, wall to wall, so that's 1800-ish. I might have to put an end piece in at the bottom. I've got here this morning, first thing I've done, took bath panel off. And I wasn't told the gas meter was under the bath. So obviously 1800 ain't gonna fit anymore. This job is for an elderly lady, so I'm dealing with her son, and her son's not here, so I can't speak to him directly. I'm having to wait for him to ring me back. So the only solution I can think of is to put a 1500 tray, which comes to about there, and build a stud wall up and box all that off. That's the only way we're gonna do it. And then instead of having a meter glass off there, we'd have to have like a 600 glass, so then we can still get in and out. Headaches, and again, going back to what we said a couple of weeks ago, not rushing when we're quoting, but not taking our time and not studying it properly when we're quoting, and it's a lesson learned, and I've done it again. So yeah, fucking hell. So we'll play it by ear for now, just waiting for customer's son to ring me back, or come here and have a look, and we can make a decision. But I think for what it's going to cost to move the gas meter, it's going to be a lot easier to build a stud wall and get a smaller tray. Fuck's sake. Right, so after speaking to customer's son, we're just going to do what we've got to do, basically, just to get it up and running for his mum, because she needs it at the end of the day. So, like I said, plan is rip bath out, 1500 tray going in now, and we're going to have to build a stud wall up here, board that off with some plasterboard. And yeah, so disconnect the shower, screens out, disconnect the plumbing underneath, and what I'm doing now is just trying to get the bath out, but I don't want to damage the tiles, because we're just going to stick the panels straight onto the old tiles. We're not messing about with the walls today. What I wanted to do is try and drop the bath rather than lift it out. So I've knocked the back two legs out at the back. I just need to take these off here and then somehow try force the bath to drop down at the same time without damaging the gas meter. So all legs are out other than that one. It's loose, so it should drop once I've screwed that up. And I've just realised that this end of the bath is sat on this bit of boxing. So I need to get this taken out first, and then hopefully it should just go pop and drop out. We've got that frame under there taken off. It's already started dropping. Let's give it a bit there. Somewhat stopping it from coming off at wall. Right, give me 2 minutes, I need 2 hands for this. And that is how you take a bath out without damaging the tiles. So, this looks alright back of here. Looks like he's never had a leak. That water's for me today, but there's not been much damage to say how old the bathroom is. Even though it don't look like a tile very well, they're dot and dabbed on. Again, dot and dab tiles, bane of my life. If you know, you know. So, we'll get that out of place, get all that boxing in taken off, and now you can see the gas meter properly. Yeah, we need to get a stud wall built up here today. Right, so a little update. We have got the stud wall basically in, except for our centre batten, because like an idiot, I only got 4 battens instead of 5, so I need to shoot off and go get another batten for that, but it's not the end of the world. So get that in there. We need to put a couple of noggins just to strengthen the middle section up, and then we can start boarding the side. Can't board the front because the electrician's coming tomorrow to move the electric supplies. We've got a Triton shower going back in, so need that moving from A to B, which isn't a problem. We can get in the loft and you just drop it down in this wall, which makes life a lot easier. And then I need to suss out with the cold water where it's going, because at the moment it goes into the wall and disappears. It doesn't look to come back out of the wall down here, so my initial thinking is it goes back up into the loft. So I'm going to move the ladders into the hallway, the loft hatch in the hallway, and put my head in the loft and see what's going on, because I need to get the water back on today. So whether I just drop that down for now and we'll get it back up and running. I also need to cap off these 2 pipes down here, which need to go under this vanity unit, which hopefully I can get this plinth off and get my press gun in to just cap them off, because obviously we don't want to put in speed fit in under there. We need to cap it off permanently. So press fit, since I've got a press gun now, might as well use it. Might as well get my money's worth while I can. We'll move on ladders, like I say. I've just got these ladders. They are from Plumber's Tools. They are Camtech, made in Germany. These ones are 2.9 meters high, I think it is. I don't think it says on there. 2.9 meters high. They do a taller version as well, but for what I need for in domestic property to get the loft hatches and just get me a foot up, they're perfect, and they're only 90 odd quid. So compared to getting some from Screwfix or Wix or online, they're a lot cheaper. So if you're in the market for some step ladders which are easy to store in the van, then definitely check them out. This is not a paid promotion. I bought these and think they're really good. It's this sort which have the little clips there, and it drops down. So nice and easy to store in the van. Right, so we're just in the loft now. You see this copper pipe goes down there along with this cable, which I suppose I could just pull up and relocate down there, but I mean, it's messing with the tiles. I'll just get the electrician to put a new cable in, or even might be able to just cut that cable and drop it down there, but I'll leave that to professionals. In regards to the cold, that I'm hoping just drops down. So it's an old tank, must be a combi boiler we've got in here now. Just drops down there, and then what we can do is just cut it here, elbow straight down. I might even do it in copper. Save messing around with plastic. You can see we're in our stud frame down there. So nice and easy, we can get that in. And that's one less thing to do. Just moving on to capping these off. I've capped the hot off already using press with the rigid RP115, and one of the main reasons I got this gun is because it's the smallest one on the market. With any of the other gun, I wouldn't have got into that area. It'd have been too tight. I wouldn't have got in. I'd have ended up having to use angle jaws, and angle jaws aren't cheap. Rigid don't do angle jaws just yet, but you don't really need them all the time, especially when it's such a small gun. So it's just another bonus to the RP115. So let's prop you up here and get you and show you me capping this off. So it's key that you clean your pipes before you put them on. Might be a bit of water left in this. Feels like it goes on forever. Get that out of the way. So with it on, what you're meant to do is put your fitting on, mark it with a marker, pull it off, make sure it's on all the way, put a line through it, so that way if you ever need to call it out under warranty, they know you've took it off and you've checked it, because you've marked underneath the washer, or underneath the fitting. Put that on there, ensuring you're on properly to your gun, like so. 3.5 seconds, if that. Quickest press on the market. So yeah, that's how you cap a pipe off with a press gun. Right, so just moving on to a bit of boarding and patching it in. So I'm just, because of how the tiles are, then dropped back to the plaster board, I need to bring that out. So it's about 9-10 mil. I just need to be somewhere near, so when we put the board on top and we're using the stick saw to stick it to the board and tiles, there's not a gap there basically. It's just to fill that void. People in the moan saying I should have just dotted it or filled it in with more tiles. Just using a bit of board, a bit of power ground bond, it's going to do the job. Getting covered over, doesn't need to be neat as possible. Someone's going to moan, it works, and that's how it is at the end of the day. Just try not to cry too much. So power ground bond, it basically grabs it instantly, and I'll tell you what, I'll put you down. Get that back out there, below that. That'll do. So that just fills that void nice and neatly. It looks alright now. And once that's gone off, that stuff on C-Tech ain't going nowhere. It's probably stronger than Dot and Dab, to be honest. So, I've got something to do there, but the tray is just bigger than that, so I need to chase it into that plasterboard slightly. So I'm going to get the tray in first before I board this out in 9mm. But same concept, once the tray's in, I'll just put a board in. I might have to be two, well, I think one board should do that, basically. Boarded the sides, can't board the front because obviously I need to get a bit of timber, which I'll get in the morning or tonight, ready for tomorrow. An electrician needs to get in there to pull his cable down. And then we'll get a batten across and get a clip put in there, just to support that pipe, ready for the electric shower. So pretty much done for today. I've cored out as well for the waste, so that's all in. The waste is in the corner, it's either going to be the back left hand corner or the front right hand corner. So, and there's a timber there, so it's going to be basically exactly where the waste is. I think that one's going to be pretty similar, to be honest, but I chose to go with that one just because I think by the time I've got the board on there, I might just have to notch the side of it. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how much we have to take out. If we have to take out too much, then we're going to have to put some supports in, some 4x2 or 4x3 or whatever it is in there, just to support the joist that we're notching out. But sometimes you only got to do what you got to do. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow, probably after the Sparky's been, and yeah, we'll get some more joinery work done, and hopefully, fingers crossed, the tray turns up nice and early and we can get the tray in position. Right, and just like that, we're back the next day. The electrician's been, moved the cable, cut it out of there. So that's brought through, ready for the electric shower to go into there. Started boarding already, put the timbers in, put a couple of noggins just to support that middle frame, and it's going nowhere. It's not perfect. I'm a plumber, not a joiner, not a plasterboard fitter either. So plasterboard's not the best, but it'll do. So I've got to put a bit of board on there, and then that's all done. And yeah, I'm just waiting for this shower tray to turn up. I'm hoping it's going to turn up today because I'm in Birmingham tomorrow, so I can't not get it fit today because the joiner's coming tomorrow while I'm in Birmingham to do the wet wall panels, which basically are mermaid boards, the tongue and groove linked together, and you just stick them to the boards and to the tiles, and it's waterproof basically. So there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 boards needed. It should be pretty simple for him, to be honest. I'm just hoping that the tray turns up today, because if it doesn't, it's going to throw everything off. It's going to be a nightmare if it doesn't. So fingers crossed it does, and probably next time I speak to you will be when I get the tray from Plumcall. Hopefully they'll deliver it. If not, I'll have to go pick it up. But in the meantime, get that boarded, and I want to get the ply, because I'm putting it on ply, cut it into place. Probably won't screw it down until I get the tray and I know exactly where the waste is going. Progress update. We've got a tray, thank God. So yeah, thanks to Plumcall for sorting me that out. Got me out of shit a little bit there. We're all ready for it to go in, but what I'm going to do first is just dry test it. I've plumbed it all up. I've had to notch a bit under the joist, more than I wanted to be honest. But we'll put some supports in and underneath. It should be okay. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. It's a bit of yeah, it's not right, but it should be okay. So what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to put that in place, do a dry test. So basically what it means is I'm not going to put any silicone on, I'm not going to put any adhesive down. I'm just going to put it down and make sure my trap lines up, basically. And then we'll take it back out, clean it all out, and then we're going to put it down with tile adhesive. I always do mine with tile adhesive. I never do it with sand and cement. A lot of the instructions say sand and cement, but I find it never adheres to the bottom of the tray or the ply or whatever board you end up using. I'm using ply. It's what I do. Everyone does theirs different, but for me, ply always works. It's cheap, and yeah, touch wood, I've never had any comebacks from it. We'll get this done, get it down, and then we need to board out that back wall like we did with that one, which, if anyone has any queries about that, it's gone off solid. It's not going anywhere. there's no movement at all, so that power grab bonds grab that. So we'll do the same there, and then once we've done that, we need to do put some anti-slip adhesive on the tray. So I'll show you how we're going to do that. Right, so once you've got your tray in and level, you need to make your waste up, and I do mine with silicone. People do it with other stuff, but I find that this is the best way, in my opinion. So all you do, silicone on the washer and the trap underneath, and then silicone on the top bit, and that then should just tighten up. Make sure you don't cross thread it, because I've done that before, it's easily done. So as tight as you can. Sometimes you can tighten that and it just pops, so you need to try and, some of them you don't over tighten, but they tend to be the cheaper rubbish ones from Victoria Plumbing and stuff like that. This is a decent one, so it's tightened up nicely. Tray it all in, so you need to seal around the edges, and then obviously we've got that board to put on there. So probably put that board on first, then seal the edges. I could seal it, put board on, seal it again, I suppose. Extra silicone barriers, and then we need to get this damp anti-slip sheeting down, whatever it is, like a paint on thing. Right, so moving over to the anti-slip coating. It's from JT Shower Trays, based in Leeds, so local company to myself. It's the first time I've ever had to do this. The instructions look very simple and it looks quite easy to do. I've been told it's quite easy to do. Here we go, let's go through it with you. So page 1 says you've got to thoroughly clean it, which we have done. We've wiped it all down, give it a good clean, and then we've got our packet P, which is our cleaning towel. So we'll undo that, give it a wipe out, dry off. So you've got to do that and then dry it off, and then it gives you some tape, which is this. It just looks like masking tape, to be honest. And then it gives you the patterns you should be doing. So it doesn't really give us the one for this tray. So because our waste is in the corner, I think we're going to go for checks like that one. But it's quite a big tray, it's 1500. So what we'll probably do is have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 checks. Yeah, I think that should do. And basically, then I think basically you paint in between them lines, and then what it does when you take the tape off, that's where your water runs away into your drains, from what I can make out. So we'll do that bit first, tape it up, and then we'll move over to mixing our things together. Grip base coat and grip hardener. So but yeah, everything comes with it. It's great. It even gives a little paint pot, roller, mixing tool. We'll get that taped up and then we'll mix that up. Right, so I've got that marked out. I've got my 6 blocks, and you can just see it. A bit hard to do. There's no really like guide, so I tried measuring out. So that block same as that, that same as that, that same as that. So I don't think you'll really see it once it's down, because it's just like a grit. But try to keep it square if you can. So next step, once you've got that joint down, tape off joints. Yeah, that's done, that's done. So stir A, and then mix B into A, and mix again, and then pour it into your pot, and then paint on, and leave 15 minutes afterwards. And then after it's 15 minutes, remove immediately. Or does that mean? Yeah, 1 minute actually. Have you got to put it in? Oh, I need to check that. Do you need to put it down and then wait 15 minutes, or do you mix it in and then wait 15 minutes? Surely it's put down and wait 15 minutes. But then that says immediately remove. I don't know. I think at the beginning there's a little video I can watch here. So if I scan that, watch the video before I mix this, just to be sure. And then, yeah, I'll let you know in a second. It's a bit hard, that, to be honest, because it's in a different language. But what I can make out, it basically means from the moment you've mixed it and start putting it on your brush, you've got 15 minutes to get it on the tray before it starts going hard, and then you can remove the tape. That says immediately, and then no water or walking on it for 12 hours, and then I think that's it. I don't think there's what else in there. Have a look. What's this? Just cleaning procedures and stuff like that. You can't use corrosive stuff on it, don't need to scrub it, it's just water and a sponge to wipe it down. So, mix that. Put all that in. It says 100%, so I'm guessing that means all. Mix that up. How do we know when we've mixed it well enough? Don't what they say. Right, here we go. Pour that into there. And then we just coat it all on. Making sure we don't go out of the lines. The brush just keeps coming off, it's not the best brush in the world. And it seems to be, I don't know where, bits of these are, I don't know if there's rubbish in the air or what, but it's falling off me maybe. But yeah, it's pretty much done, I think. So once you've finished doing that, just get your tape, pull your tape up. So let that dry 12 hours and then we can go back on it again. Right, so we are back. It's Friday and as you can see the joiner's he's wall panelled it all out. There's still siliconing to do, but the panelling is done. One less thing for me to do. It's not perfect. We're making good of a bad situation, so going around the window like that, we just patch it in, making it watertight, and yeah, don't slag it too much because it's done a good job. It looks good for what it is. So yeah, try not. It's not perfect, but it's good. Anyhow, so yesterday I was at Thomas Dudley doing a factory tour. So thank you, Thomas Dudley, for inviting us down there. It was really good, really interesting, and I'm quite shocked at how this one company makes so much for other companies you wouldn't even realise that they manufactured for. So yeah, if you haven't seen my little short video, go check it out. It's a bit of an insight into the world of Thomas Dudley. So let's get it all finished today. We're going to hopefully get finished today. We should do. Got electric shower to fit, which we're doing now. So I've drilled my holes and I've filled. You can just see there with silicone. It's always if you drill a hole in a tile or a board, make sure you put silicone in there. I put silicone behind where the cable comes through, and then once I've cut the pipe and connected it on there, made sure it's all watertight, I'll put some silicone in there before we put the front cover on. So we've got that to do first. We've got riser rail going here. We've then got glass screen going in. We've got a toilet seat which is there to go on that back wall, a handrail on there, silicone all the way around the bottom. We have lost pretty much the full lip there. I've got enough to get a bead of silicone on, which is not the end of the world, but I was restricted of where I could come to, so not what I could do with that. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a tray small enough that would fill the gap, if you understand. So like I said, sometimes you've got to do what you got to do and make the best of a bad situation, which we have done. I'm gonna crack on, get this shower done, compression elbow onto there, get the water back on, and yeah, so there's not much plumbing to do today, but we'll show you what we can when we do it. Tip for you, and a quick reminder, always remember to put your little caps in the top. How many times have you done it when you've put the shower on and realised when you're packing your rubbish away that you've not put the caps in? I do it every time. And they just slide in like so, and they just stop water from getting down the back and into there. It just caps the where you would run the pipes. Right, so I've just turned water on under there. Water's back on now. So what we'll do, give that 5 minutes or so, make sure we've got no weeps or drips on here, and then we can fill that with silicone. While we're waiting for that, we'll get this wired up, strip that back. We've got brown going into there, which is your live, blue neutral, and green and yellow earth. So I always remember with the colours on your wires that brown BR is R in there for red. So brown and red is live, and then B in the black and blue, and that's my neutral. So pretty simple, easy little bit of a tip for any apprentices that are starting out. That's how I remember what colour goes where. And obviously your earthing goes onto your earth blue and green, which I'm gonna have to get some earthing strip for that because I don't have any, which is a bugger, but never mind. I'll get that wired up, make sure this is tested, and silicone that up, then we can get all the cover on. That's done. We'll move over to the riser rail and then probably screen after that. Right, so just putting the riser rail on now while we're waiting for that to go off. With these multi-wall panels, any multi-wall panels, these are mermaid boards, I always pre-drill my holes. I could just screw straight into it because it's just marine ply behind there. I could screw straight into that and it would grab, but you've got a chance you could crack the plastic at the front, and the hollow ones are even worse. So I always drill my hole first, then I can screw through the hole, and I know it's going to grip to the wood and it's not going to crack the plastic. Bit of a tip for you, and like I said before, always put a blob of silicone on, because last thing you want to do is get water going behind. That's what I've done there. I've just pulled some water through just to be sure that we've got no leaks coming out of there before we siliconed it up. Always better be safe than sorry. One for apprentices, why have we got to put a shower hose through them holes, or if you've got a little ring, put it through the rings? Why have we got to do that? If you're an apprentice, let me know. So it's screen all in now and fixed. Obviously we've got to seal it still, but I'll do sealing at the end as always. Still got some drilling to do there, some drilling to do here. Next up, I'm gonna get the chair in, get that at the height set, get it drilled into the wall, so this one fixes into the wall and it's a fold up one, and then I can sit on it and work out exactly where we want the handheld one to go on there, and then silicone up, and then dreaded get all the rubbish from the garden into the backup van to take to the skip. But I hate about jobs. I need an apprentice really. Keep thinking about it, but I don't know. I've had one before, which I don't think you met, Cameron. Yeah, it didn't go too well, hence why he's not here. So it put me off having another apprentice, but I never know, might change in the future. Right, so I've had to voice over this section because I forgot to turn the mic on like an idiot. Job's all done, siliconed up, and another happy customer. She's over the moon with the job. It's not perfect, but it's made good of a bad situation. It's going to make life for her a lot easier and a lot safer. She's not having to climb in and out of bath. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got some tips, tricks. Try not to slag me off too much. I know it's not perfect, but the customer's happy, and that's all that matters at the end of the day.